wanting to see a breakthrough. You're wanting to see manifestation. You're wanting to see change. You're trying to progress to the next level, and you're not seeing the results that you're wanting to see. You're not seeing a change, and it feels like you're getting hit with obstacle after obstacle or different challenges. Begin to pray. Begin to pray and give it to God. Hi guys, this is Chiquita Robertson, and on today, I want to pose a question to you all. Have you ever been in a situation where you've said, you know what, the enemy is trying to keep me from my blessing, or they are trying to stop me from being blessed by God? And well, that's partially true, but the real truth is this: no one can keep you from being blessed or taking possession of anything that God has destined for you. The only person who can do that is you. So let me break this down to you. On the other night, my husband and I, we were talking with some couples, and based on what was said, something came to me and I wanted to share with the couples. I said, the enemy cannot keep us from our blessings. The enemy has no authority. The enemy only has what God has allowed him to have. The enemy cannot keep us from what God has for us. The only one who can do that is us. The enemy can create frustrations. The enemy can create things that can cause delays if we allow it. The enemy can create challenges and obstacles that will delay us, that would hinder us, but it cannot stop us, okay? Only we can stop from receiving the promises and the blessings of God, our God-given and God-ordained blessings, the things that we should be taking possession of. And this is how the enemy does it. He doesn't try any new tricks. He does the same thing over and over. He knows exactly what will frustrate you. He knows exactly who to use. He knows exactly when to do it. The enemy is very strategic in his plans to stopping us from our God-given destiny. And what we have to stop doing is allowing him to deceive us, from allowing him to make us forfeit the blessing that is ours. So we have to step up and these are a few things that I want to share with you all. So I kind of jotted them down because they had just came to me and I'm like, I want to share this with everyone. The first thing is pray. We need to always be prayerful. You may not believe in the power of prayer, but let me tell you something. There's power in prayer. That is how I live my life. As a matter of fact, on last night, I began to see some visions of something that's going on with someone that's close to me. And I say, you know what, enemy, you know what, devil, you're not gonna have that person. And I began to pray and I began to intercede and I began to bombard heaven with my prayers and my request. And I was very specific in my prayers. Let me tell you something. If you want to really see results and see a change and see a breakthrough, be specific in your prayers. I am really, really about being specific in my prayers. And that's one of the things that I share with people when I'm talking to someone, I'm coaching them or kind of mentoring them. Be specific in your prayers. And I begin to be very specific in my prayers. And let me tell you something, that was just last night, almost in the wee hours of the morning, because it was probably around midnight. And didn't realize it. This morning I was in a conversation with the person I was praying for, and they began to share something with me, and some things shifted, and they shared something to me. I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't until later on that it dawned on me. The Holy Spirit had to remind me, you prayed about that. And I started laughing because I said, see how quick prayers are answered because of the God we serve. So let me tell you something, there's power in prayer. So pray. When you're dealing with something, you're going through something, you're wanting to see a breakthrough, you're wanting to see manifestation, you're wanting to see change, you're trying to progress to the next level, and you're not seeing the results that you're wanting to see, you're not seeing a change, and it feels like you're getting hit with obstacle after obstacle or different challenges, begin to pray. Begin to pray and give it to God. The next thing is to prepare. Many times we're wanting to go to the next level. We're wanting to enter into that new season, but we are not prepared. Let me tell you something. On yesterday, I shared a video. Preparation leads to elevation. Prepare, get prepared. And some of you, you know what you need to do to get prepared. But for those of you that are confused, then go back to step one. Pray about it. Tell God about that. Tell God what you stand in need of and let him share with you what you need to do. Remember James 1:5, the book of James, chapter 1, verse 5. If any man lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who will give it to him, not withholding, not rebuking him for asking. God's not going to find fault in you if you ask him for wisdom. As a matter of fact, that's what he wants us to do. He wants us to be dependent upon him and to come to him humbly, you know, and to ask him for wisdom in how to proceed. All right. The next thing is persist. Continuously pray, prepare, because preparation leads to elevation. And the final thing is to persist. This may be probably where the enemy will get a lot of people, is the persistence, to persist, going through the process. Man, I don't think I've ever seen a generation that wants to give up so easily on anything. Like, if it doesn't happen overnight, it's not going to happen. No. Let me tell you something. You have to persevere. You have to keep at it. Because let me tell you something, that persistence and that perseverance is building something in you that's going to stand the test of time. So you have to go through the process. Let me tell you all something. I'm sharing some tips and some things with you as I'm kind of breaking this down. But I have something that's going to come out soon that's going to really blow you all's mind. And it's going to really help a lot of you that are struggling with this. But persist, be persistent, stop giving up. Because many of you, you've forfeited the blessing. You forfeited what God was wanting, the promise he was wanting to bring to you, because you gave up. You refused to persist. You refused to stay committed to the process. So I want to encourage you to persist. Be persistent in your pursuit for a breakthrough. All right, guys? So remember, pray, prepare, and persist. All right, guys, I hope this video has blessed someone. Until next time, you all be blessed.